Now look at the map. Saudi Arabia's east-west pipeline, the Petroline, runs 1,200 kilometers from Abqaiq to Yanbu on the Red Sea, and its capacity is 5 million barrels a day. The problem is structural. The processing hub that feeds the pipeline, Abqaiq, sits in the same eastern province, within the same strike range as Ras Tanura itself. You don't need to hit both simultaneously when threatening one makes the other functionally unreliable. And in a war where attribution is deliberately blurred, a facility doesn't need to be destroyed to be taken off the table. It just needs to feel unsafe. Dubai is close. Iran and the UAE are separated by less than 200 kilometers of open water, and yet Dubai has built its entire global identity on being untouchable, the financial hub that existed outside the region's volatility. On February 28th, that identity was the target. Iranian missiles and drones struck Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Debris hit areas around Palm Jumeirah. Dubai International Airport, the world's busiest international hub, went dark. An Amazon data center caught fire. 3 foreign nationals were killed, 58 injured, and the UAE confirmed it intercepted over 160 ballistic missiles and more than 540 drones, and 2 cruise missiles across the country. What Iran was really destroying was the perception, the idea that proximity to conflict didn't have to mean exposure to it. That brand is now gone. Then there's the military layer. Al Dhafra Air Base, just south of Abu Dhabi, houses roughly 5,000 U.S. personnel and hosts the 380th Expeditionary Wing of the U.S. Air Force. The IRGC listed it as a primary target, and the UAE signed the Abraham Accords in 2020, normalizing relations with Israel under U.S. mediation. Iran's message to every Gulf state inside that normalization architecture was simple: you are now on the map. 3 nodes. Hormuz freezes the maritime lane. Ras Tanura severs the energy artery and its backup. Dubai collapses the psychological safety that Gulf stability runs on and puts every U.S. aligned state on notice. But Iran doesn't even need to do any of this from home. Yemen sits at the mouth of the Red Sea, controlling the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, the choke point connecting the Red Sea to the Gulf of Aden and the open ocean beyond. The Houthis control most of northwestern Yemen, including the capital and territory along the Red Sea coast. From 2023 to 2025, they showed they could shut down Red Sea commercial shipping without physically blocking the lane. Just the credible threat of missile and drone attacks was enough to force major carriers to reroute around Africa, adding weeks and thousands of miles to every voyage. They paused after a Gaza ceasefire in late 2025, but when the strikes on Iran began February 28th, they announced they were resuming attacks on Red Sea shipping. Here's the strategic point. Even if the US-Israel campaign destroys every Iranian base, dismantles the IRGC's navy, and eliminates Iran's conventional military capability, none of that moves Yemen. The Houthis are still there. Iran spent decades pre-positioning this reach across the region. Iran's military geography isn't centralized, it's distributed across the map. You can't destroy a location by striking Iran. This is why the 20-year conversation about Iran's nuclear program misses the point. Destroy every centrifuge, the geography stays. Iran cannot win a conventional war against the United States. It doesn't need to. Its entire strategic architecture is built around one principle. If you attack us, the global economy becomes ungovernable for everyone else.